Hi, Naz.
Hi, Paro.
So good to be back together.
Yeah.
And I'm wishing you happy holidays. The holidays have taken off over here, and all the streets are lit up with lights and a lot of Christmas and holiday music playing all over the place. So, bada mood ban raha hai holiday types.
Happy
So,
holidays to you too.
thank you, and wishing the same to all our sweet listeners and friends who have kept tuning in over and over, and we are receiving beautiful feedback. Thank you so much for staying with us through all the seasons, holidays or not. So, we are back with our Simplicity series with Wu Hsin, and this time the quote we have picked is: One becomes one's thoughts when one claims ownership to them. When they are merely noticed but not attended to, they can do no harm,
Wow.
right? As always, I love why we use this book is because of such power-packed statements. And this time I'm going to start with the last statement here, basically stating that if thoughts are not attended to, they can do no harm, sort of alluding to the fact that potentially at the root cause of harm, and I think harm here is basically a term to encompass so many negative feelings, so many disempowering feelings, have a direct connection to our thoughts. And that's where this powerful statement tells what is that association and how can you break away from this association. So take us deep into the statement.
One becomes one's thoughts when one claims ownership of them. I think all of us believe that we are our thoughts, right? There is very little room for any kind of disidentification with thoughts. Everybody believes that what they think is who they are. But our dear Muji always says that who you think you are is just an idea. Who you truly are um, is your being, your source, which is beyond thoughts. So, mind as such is just a fragment of our consciousness, and that makes up the personality, the identity. Um, and you know the identity is full of ego and fear and anger and emotions and all of that, and every thought is associated to an emotion. Every thought creates the emotion. I mean, the root cause of what we experience as emotions is thought. So
Right.
when he says that one becomes one's thoughts when one claims ownership of them, um, I think that is the myth we need to bust here, that we are not our thoughts. And that can be so liberating because all of us get bombarded with the intensity of thoughts and even the density, the negative thought.
Right. Right.
And that kind of troubles us. That is
Mhm.
the reason why we feel so um, disoriented because of these disempowering thoughts, right?
Right.
It takes away the quality of life, it takes away our peace. And as you know, thoughts create our reality. So if I'm
Mhm.
creating not such a beautiful reality for myself, then obviously I'm not creating beautiful thoughts, right? But the point here is, if you are told that you're not your thoughts, wouldn't that liberate us? I mean, that I'm thinking the thoughts are troubling me, but somebody tells me that I'm not my thoughts and I don't need to be afraid of my thoughts. Then the next question is, who am I really if I'm not my thoughts? And that is the pertinent question. That's where we need to take our listeners. We are not our thoughts, and just allow yourself to experience that maybe you're more than your thoughts, and you are the creator of your thoughts rather than the thoughts.
Right. And so he's saying that when one becomes one's thoughts,
Mm.
you claim ownership to it, which means that there is a free will, or there is a ability for us to actually associate or disassociate. And that's sort of the newness of it, because it's like saying, I'm disassociating myself from my hand. It's
Mm.
my hand, it's attached to me, it's me. How can I be separate from my thoughts? So take us deeper into how can I disidentify
So
my own thoughts.
the interesting thing is, say I say this is my phone, okay, or this is my laptop. I'm not saying I am the phone, I am the laptop,
Mhm,
or this is
mhm.
my dress. I don't say I am the dress. Just like that, um, these are my thoughts, right? I don't say I am thoughts,
Uh-huh.
right? So there is a disassociation. There is a natural disassociation which we are failing to see. We are not our thoughts. We are the creator of our thoughts. We are the observer of our thoughts. We can be the witness of our thoughts. We are not choosing to witness or observe these thoughts. We are creating by default, not even through our awareness. These thoughts that are being created are as a result of a program. So there's nothing new that we are thinking. And somehow this entity called mind is making us believe that there is a strong association and it feels so sticky that I'm troubled by thoughts. But what really is thought? You know, there is no texture to it. You can't see it, you can't smell it, you can't touch it, you can't taste it, you can't feel it, because these are your five senses, and whatever you can touch, feel, smell, breathe, hear through your five senses, only that is real. There is a texture to your reality. Thought, sorry, it doesn't even exist. It's like a ghost that doesn't even exist, but you believe in it, and that's when you
Yeah.
feel that, oh my god, what do I do with these thoughts? I mean, for God's sake, we are much more powerful than just a thought. A thought is like a cloud. I mean, it's just a formation, and it's
Right.
but there is no reality to it. So I guess if we just question, what am I
Uh-huh.
really afraid of? A thought? I mean, what is it really? Am I big or the thought? So, um, like Wu Hsin is asking us to disassociate, we are also encouraging our participants, our listeners, to even see that there is this futility of thought. It doesn't even exist. Can you ridicule it? you know, instead of the thought using you as a doormat to kind of feel so pressured, and it's kind of using you and misusing you, um, you start claiming your power back. I'm not my thoughts. I can observe them without getting affected. Okay, let there be a thought that says, okay, something's really bad. Something's not going to work out for me. Can you look at it just like that and not believe it? Not believe it? I guess we lose our power when we believe the thought. And
Right.
now your power, choose
Right.
to question the thought rather than believing it just like that. I mean, Muji always says that the mind is a very good salesman, and it ensures that you buy into every thought that it's presenting to you,
Right.
right? You are the buyer, right? You don't go to a mall picking up everything. You know what you want. You choose exactly what is your need. Then, and you don't buy something that doesn't look good, or you don't like it, that doesn't give you a good feel. Then if there is a thought that says, okay, something's not right, it's not making you feel good, it will become a reality or a part of your experience only when you buy into that thought. You have the discretion to reject that thought. That is your power. Don't buy into everything. Choose to be aware, discern which thought
Mhm.
makes you feel good, which thought
Right.
is going to serve you, and which thought can be rejected. Like right now, if you say, okay, why is there daylight? It should be night. I mean, on the other side, I know it is.
It
But
is. Yes.
I mean, it's a thought. It's just a stupid thought that would come, and I would just reject it. It is what it is. right? I'm using my power to reject a thought. And why can I not use that power in disassociating with disempowering thoughts? Why can't I see at that moment that, yes, I'm the one who is watching this thought? I can reject it. That means I'm not my thoughts.
Correct. And that's where that next line becomes very pertinent, that when they are merely noticed, but not attended to, which
That
means we are not acting on it. We are not indulging in the feeling that it's causing. When we are not truly, experiencing it, then they do no harm.
we do no harm. You're not buying into it. You're not buying into anything that's telling you something's horrifying out there. Because when you believe it, when you buy into it, that's when you activate it in your vibration, and then you manifest a certain reality. That's why we are the creators of our experiences, right? Thoughts create things, but
Right.
between thoughts and creation, there is you, okay, which is lending its belief there, picking that up, and putting it out in the universe. You know what, give this to me, even though I don't like it, because I know
Right.
how to focus on only what I don't want. Right?
Yeah.
How our life perpetuates in the way we don't want, you know
Right. Right. And I think over our series we have really, and you have actually emphasized that we really need to realize this big fact that we are not our thoughts. There is an entity called mind, which is an aspect of consciousness, and we are a much vast, larger entity. Um, and I had like one final question here is that while conceptually it's understood or it's perhaps believed that you are not your thoughts, but in our day-to-day practice that is so hard because all these millions of thoughts, they just come and go. It's like a freeway. Any tools or a way that we can practice and say, okay, this is how you clearly consciously disassociate with thoughts?
Hmm. I think the breath is a tool, okay, because
Wow.
your mind can get engaged in only one thing at a time, and that can work to your advantage. So let's understand that who I really am is the awareness that is offering its attention to a thought. That's when I buy into it, I believe into it. Hmm? If
Mm-hmm.
I focus my attention on my breath, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm constructively engaging the mind in something that is so useful and preventing it from creating thoughts that can be so damaging, right?
Right.
So, we think 70,000 thoughts in a day, and that's a lot of thought. And every thought is every thought is energy, and that energy is going out into the universe, and what you send out is what you receive. And we are physically depleted only because we are mentally exhausted due to overthinking, right? And all these thoughts are wasteful thoughts. We are not even aware of it. Thankfully, we can't be aware of these many thoughts, but then you can be aware of the silence between thoughts. So
Right.
try and create gaps between thoughts by bringing your attention on your breath, just observing and retaining your attention within your own selves rather than just, you know, allowing yourself to be misused in any direction.
Run away on the freeway.
Run away, like वो घोड़ा है, वो भगा रहा है, आप नहीं,
और हम भाग रहे हैं.
एग्जैक्टली, अपने माइंड की लगाम अपने हाथ में होनी चाहिए, राइट?
Right.
दैट्स व्हाई द हार्ट
I
एंड
think that I love that, and I think that's a beautiful conclusive takeaway that in the messaging that you're not your thoughts, apply it, apply it using your breath, as basic as that, and make sure to realize we are way bigger than just these 70,000 thoughts crossing us.
exactly, way bigger. We are consciousness. And I think I'd like to tell our listeners that, it's not such a big thing, okay? I mean, there are a lot of people who listen and say, oh, that's easy for them, but not for us. It's
Right.
a responsibility to bring our power back to our own hearts. And it's not rocket science, it's simple awareness. And as sentient beings, we are aware. So it's a matter of commitment Do you want to be misused and trapped in the drama of your thoughts? Or do you really want to create a better life for yourself? And for that, you need to start right now and you need to tell yourself, just this, I'm not my thoughts, and I have the power to be aware of my thoughts and bring my attention back, create some gaps and between the thoughts by focusing and internalizing this energy within, and all is well. I'm in control. Life is good and it's beautiful. Indeed, it's a blessing.
Wow. Lovely statement. We will conclude with that. Thank you so much, Naz, and thank you to everybody listening. Our deepest gratitude. Enjoy your holidays, enjoy your life, and we'll see you guys soon.
Thank you. God bless.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.